think I'd try this a new way. I'm gonna show you the tricks that I know. I'm getting tired of talking, and I need more of a show right now. It's time that you made your mind up, 'cause lately all it ever does is change. Feels like we're only talking, going round and around, back around. I will fight like no other every day. I won't stop like the others. I will stay. 'Cause now is the right time, and I'm feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I know I can win right now. It's a fun one. You got me on tonight, 'cause loving you is like I'm walking a tightrope so high. I won't be turning around, no, I won't be turning around. It's the right time, I'm feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I will win tonight. I think I'll do it on my way. I'm gonna show you what I'm going through, get you out of your comfort zone, 'cause I need more of the truth right now. It's time that you made your mind up, 'cause lately all it ever does is change. Feels like we're only talking, going round and around, back around. I will fight like no other every day. I won't stop like the others. I will stay. 'Cause now is the right time, and I'm feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I know I can win right now. It's a fun one. You got me on tonight, 'cause loving you is like I'm walking a tightrope so high. I won't be turning around, no, I won't be turning around. It's the right time, I'm feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I will win tonight. Don't forget it, don't forget it, don't forget it. We'll turn this around. Don't forget it, don't forget it, don't forget it. We'll turn this around.
Thanks for tuning in to Geeksvana's Drone News Live. Get involved live with your comments and opinions. Your views count.
Did you miss us? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start, so sit back and enjoy. Don't forget to get involved in the chat. Your opinion counts. If it's about drones, obviously.
Turn my microphone on. Yeah, no, it's okay. I didn't turn my microphone on. That was a little joke there. We had some technical issues before, so I thought I would keep Lib on her toes by keeping my microphone off. It's not that I forgot, honest. But hey, everybody. It's like, yeah, we were having some issues. I was over on another stream, as those who have come very kindly come over from the other stream. I really appreciate it. With Matt Williams from Mr. MPW, who is obviously a drone industry expert, and it was a fantastic stream. But he lost Skype and bits of the stream towards the end as well, and we carried those problems over. But hopefully, everyone that turned on Netflix in the UK at 9 o'clock is now in there, and now the internet is calming down a bit and will leave us alone. Yes. Fingers crossed. So thank you everybody for joining us this evening. Before I say hello to the chat, Lib, how strange was it that it was your own introduction introducing you to being on? Because yeah, that's right. And I am because I didn't play that last time you were on for that reason, but I've now got it on my software as a set thing. It auto plays after the introduction, and it was playing out, and I thought that must be quite strange for Lib, because she's on the show tonight and she's seeing herself introduce it, which is quite funny. Oh, let me just sort that out then. NDI. Okay, give it a bit of volume.
Hello.
Now.
1 2 mic check.
Can everybody now hear her, or we'll give just 2 seconds to catch
She has
up?
no sound.
Yes, Agent K, yes. That's better, Elsa.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
I wasn't saying anything interesting anyway. Let's face it.
I think they're more interested in hearing what you've got to say than me tonight, but hey. but that's fine. We were just, as everybody knows, I was just quizzing Lib that it must be quite strange to see her own introduction when she comes into the stream tonight.
Yeah, and then I literally just said that was really weird to not hear myself. That must be very strange. And then we couldn't hear myself, so
one other technical glitch I have to apologise for tonight. My chair has broken slightly, and it's a little bit. So if there's any clicking and clacking, don't check your headphones. It's actually my chair clacking. Now I'm sure it broke because it's an old chair, nothing to do with the overweight 40-year-old that sits on it. I'm 100% confident it's nothing to do with me, and I will be writing a very stern letter to the chair manufacturer. Why doesn't it hold 100 stone? But yes, but it's
anyone else that suggests otherwise, it's slander. Just let you all know. Okay?
Thank you for sticking up for me. I appreciate it. Put the cake down.
Hey guys.
Thanks for everybody in the chat. Phantom Flight 101, Herman, Novice Quads, great to see you guys. Drone Shots, Darren K in the house. Hello, sir. Justin, Drone Evolution, really good to see you. Brown Terriers, Brian Forward, so many wonderful people. Really
Phantom Flight, hey.
Yeah, Phantom Flight, that's Herman. Phantom Flight and Novice, can you please put links to your channels in the chat? Everybody should pop over there and check out their channels. They do a live stream together twice a week, which is absolutely fantastic and is hilarious as well, actually. But it's a really good stream based over in New York, which I often pop into as well. We have some really good chat about drones and life in general, actually, which is fantastic. Elsmega, thanks for putting what the intro is there in the chat. It's been quite popular. I was going to change the intro occasionally, but it's been so popular that I think I'll keep it there. I'm just going to turn you down a little bit because people are saying you're a little bit loud now. First of all, they can't hear you, and now they can. Roho
You just can't win.
Thank you for that.
You just can't win.
That's Robert. It was actually Robert's birthday. I think it was yesterday or the day before. So happy
birthday.
Yeah, I hope your day was wonderful, sir. I really do. So we've got a lot to cover tonight. We're going to be talking about a bit about TikTok, because obviously I'm personally a TikTok fan. That's how I was introduced to Lib in the first place, but many of us don't know it. We're also going to be talking about a new show format for Lib. You'll notice that the last week and this week we haven't done a show of the Geeksvana weekly drone news update. And
it's turned into a little dance now.
It did, didn't it? Well, I'll almost miss the dance a little bit, but I won't miss the title.
No.
I've got a little bit of an unboxing to do and show you guys a very awesome little lockdown drone that I found. It's not an affiliate link thing or anything. I'm not selling anything. It's just something that's come down in price, which I think everybody would be interested to see. We've got a wonderful viewer video this week, which is some fantastic California footage, which is going to remind us how wonderful it will be once we've got through this particular issue. We've got police on the show tonight, some clips from the drone, literally the drone police, which is going to be very a good fun.
I was expecting Sting, but okay.
Oh, okay. And we've also got a couple of clips coming up to show everyone what's happening in the next live stream, which is Dr. Pascal Lee. So it's going to be a fun stream. We don't have a set time limit of when we do these things. If it's over in half an hour, great. If it's over in an hour, okay. We're just here to entertain, have a chat, and really show things as they are.
Philip, thank you.
Brian Terrence, I don't know why your message just deleted. That was very strange. Philip Koshat, thank you, sir, for the $10 super chat. Really appreciate it. Yes, as Lib says, good evening to you. Philip's quite funny, actually. Now, if you, Lib, you're British. Philip Koshat, okay, that name that you see there, where would you think that name was from? If you see that name and you see that little picture, conjure up, where is that person from?
Koshat. Oh, I don't know.
Does it give you
not British, that's for sure, isn't it?
See now there we go. Well, I've seen him in the chat in other live streams.
Is that Welsh?
Well, I'm not sure about the name, but the chap certainly isn't. I thought he was English from the way he chats in different streams that I watch as well, especially Thursday Night Live that he's a fan of, along with myself. And so I was on a charity 24-hour stream a while back, and he came on that as well. Briefly, so I was expecting to another British guy opposite me, and he's from Alabama, so it was completely different accent, and he's such a lovely guy. But it was like I was like, Who is this
well.
person? I don't know if you get this with your followers sometimes, but you regular followers that you interact with, you build pictures up, don't you, of who they
Yes.
are, and you almost have like a little character in your mind of who that person is, and it was
Yeah.
it wasn't fun. So okay, TikTok is our first very quick subject, but just because I want to be able to bring this across to people. Now, you are found quite easily both on TikTok and Instagram as
Yeah.
LibMarie_X, which I'm going to type in the chat actually.
Okay.
LibMarie_X. That's how you spell it. And she's on Instagram and on TikTok, and I wholeheartedly recommend it. How many followers are you up to now on TikTok? You keep, every time I look, you're another 10,000 up.
56 or 57,000 followers.
Wowzers. Okay. That's incredible. Okay, I'm going to play out a couple of your TikToks back to back here.
Okay.
And then we can have a little bit of a chat about it.
Yeah, okay then.
So, me and a friend were talking, and they mentioned to me how funny it would be if people just read out the lyrics of songs. Not made it look cool or sassy, just simply read them out. And then I heard one of his favourite songs, that incidentally is Wuthering Heights. You know it. And it actually sounds pretty funny if you have a thick Welsh accent. Now, I haven't got a thick Welsh accent, but I'm still Welsh, so I'm just going to read it out. Okay, just do this a second. Heathcliff, how's it going, alright? It's me, Kathy. I've come home now. I'm so cold. Let me in through your window.
Sorry, I forgot to turn my mic off so people would have heard me laughing at that. I've already watched
I
it
could
about
hear
3
you
times.
laughing, and then it made me laugh.
It's really funny. So
How's it going, all right?
Yeah, all right. It sounded a bit like Gavin and Stacey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was a very good take on that. Very good take.
Yeah.
But yeah, you didn't really get the, because it's the female Jim Carrey. That's what a lot of us call you because of your facial expressions. But also you have to say there is a striking resemblance to Kira. I know you have difficulty accepting it sometimes, but
since I was a child, everyone said, "Oh, you look like that girl from Pirates of the Caribbean," and the one from Beetlejuice as well. So I've always had that. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I've never seen it until I watched that film again as an adult. It was kind of like, okay,
hang on.
Kind of get. Yeah, I can see it slightly, but I wouldn't say it's like a. But everyone is very adamant it's a striking resemblance.
Oh,
so
yes.
I'm available for the next Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, exactly. If Hollywood is watching, we have the perfect double. Or replacement, of course, because she's far more talented. Is actually what I should have said. Sorry, I've done you a disservice there. Okay, so I'm 40 something years old. There is a 4 at the beginning. Oh, how depressing! Look at this grey. Look at this. This is what you've got to look forward to. Okay,
I've got grey.
You with your young, gorgeous husband with long hair who plays a guitar. And there's there's the rest of us sat here. So and that's certainly the demographic of a lot of drone channels. When I look at my data, it's sort of 20 to 30. But then as you go up in age, the bar gets bigger, shall I say? With all us droners. So a lot of us won't really know what TikTok is. How would you describe it?
It's basically an app that you can upload or download videos from. I think the limit on them is a minute, so it goes from 15 seconds per minute. It's a creative app, so you can build within the app, or you can download to the app to edit short clips. Most people use them for lip syncing. That's a common sort of mainstream use. But others use them for memes or funny bits, or some of them use them for their cosplays. Now, it's almost like an online portfolio of your inner weirdness, your inner talent sort of thing, and that I use it as essentially a little diary for all my weird little thoughts. I put them on there, and other people seem to think them very funny.
Weird little thoughts. That's a good way of describing it.
Yeah,
And we all sit back and laugh at those weird little thoughts because they're
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. But you do. I don't know if anyone else.
Oh, I think 56,000 followers would disagree with you there, but okay. One key difference is that between YouTube and TikTok, of course, is that you're allowed to use copyright material. So people can put their favourite song over something, or like you do with a lot of your ones, like the hilarious Jim Carrey skits you did recently, literally put the voice clip from the movie and then, as you say, lip sync to it, which is very, very funny. So there is a brief explanation to all of us old fogies of what TikTok is. I have to say, actually, and there are hashtags, aren't there? Hashtag over 30, hashtag over 40, hashtag over 50. I don't see that much.
Yes.
Is that okay? Perhaps it's not coming
I've
up for me.
I've seen hashtag over 70.
Okay. Obviously, I'm so young that those hashtags, the algorithm obviously doesn't think I should have a hashtag 50. So, yay, we found a hashtag. That's
I feel like
a
60-year-old, so I have them available. No, it's become a lot more adult. The audience is a lot more adult recently because of lockdown. So everyone's decided to go on there with their kids, and then it turned into something for them as opposed to their kids. But I think that's a great idea. My son went to download it. I was like, okay, and yeah, I'm glad I went to a little bit, and I just sorted him out, and then. The first video that came up was an adult telling her kid to off. I was like, okay, yeah, we won't be using that. It's a bit too adult now. It's not like what I remember when I first started, see? So, yeah, I think it's more of an adult app now than it is a youngster's app.
It tends to happen, doesn't it? Because Facebook was very young at the beginning, and now it's, there's probably more people 50 plus on Facebook than anything else. YouTube did similar. YouTube was very edgy at the beginning, and now they don't really like their edgy content too much anymore. Although we love you, YouTube, if you're listening. We love you.
Yeah.
We love your YouTube algorithm if you're listening, particularly that little computer somewhere in California. We love you. And TikTok seemed to have taken some of that edgy content, but I find it hilarious, I have to say, and it's also quite good fun because there's in situations like this with the lockdown and everything, there's been a lot of NHS staff on there, a lot of key workers. Yeah. Some have just literally cried into the camera, and then people can leave thousands of comments saying, "Hey, we're with you," etc. That type of thing.
It's definitely a huge community. Like John Coopy, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. He said, "I wonder how TikTok gets away with letting people use the music. I'm not complaining." Well, it's funny because my husband's in a band and he's uploaded music to TikTok. So basically, you allow a license. The audio creators or the people who have copyright to the audio allow a license now. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok now can use them. So, but that's why it's only 15 seconds to a minute, is because some licenses vary. But yeah, that's the answer to that.
It's a clever idea, isn't it? It needed to be something to compete with YouTube and to be another platform that can do some cool things. It needed to have something different there, really.
Yeah.
Hey to a few of the people just coming in. Whizbang, hi sir. Calvin Elliott, TikTok has got me through this lockdown, LOL. I know exactly what he means. There is nothing better sometimes if the TikTok algorithm's treating you good, there's nothing better than a good TikTok rabbit hole, in my opinion.
Yes.
It can be really good fun. Paul Murray.
Yes.
Hi, Paul. Good to see you. Okay, what did I miss? Now, Libby, Paul Murray is a very talented drone flyer. He has a fantastic channel where he goes to a local, he's by the Michigan lakes in America, and he gets all of the container ships coming in from the lakes down into the river to go and do their...
Yes, we've seen it
I've shown you his channel last time, yes.
Beautiful footage, stunning footage.
He's a lovely guy. He's a lovely chap. He is one of your biggest fans. Would you mind saying hello to Paul Murray for me?
Hey, dude, I gotta be fair. Like, I watched your content without audio. I can now say, and it still moved me. It was absolutely incredible. Stuff you just don't see that up close and detailed is absolutely incredible. Hats off to you, man. It's stunning.
And it says something about niching on content as well, because that's literally that his channel is ship videos along the same stretch of water. And obviously he's so practiced now. He just gets the best angles and the best camera work. It's absolutely fantastic. So
Yeah.
so it's very, very exciting. So okay, well, thank you for introducing us to TikTok. Remember the Instagram as well. It's the same LibMarie _
Yeah.
X. There's some cool content on there as well. Which if you have Lib on both, you'll get more of a rounded impression of the creative person.
Yeah.
She has some really cool stuff. It goes everywhere from really, really cool arty stuff to hilarious. Like sometimes I look at TikTok and Insta and I'm like, what is she doing? I know. But then you start laughing. It's fantastic. So before we move on to an unboxing, wanted to talk to the audience a little bit about our new show format, the new Libs. It's actually going to be called Lib's Drone Show. Now, the weekly drone news was fantastic, and thank you everybody who has been watching it so far. We had a really good response to it. We really appreciate it. It's great to have someone else on the channel, so thank you, Libby, for being part of Geeksvana.
Sorry.
We wanted to move it on a little bit. One, to give you a bit more content, but also because obviously me and Lib both have other lives. Believe it or not, we don't just sit around waiting to YouTube and TikTok.
Wow.
Although it feels like it sometimes. Yeah. Social life? What's that? But so what we're actually going to be doing is we're going to be launching the new show called Lib's Drone Show, which is going to come to you every fortnight. But it's going to be a chunk longer. It's going to be 10 to 12 minutes, and there's going to be some very interesting and exciting segments in there. We're going to still talk about the drone news, of course, but it's going to be a little bit more in depth of some of the stories that have happened over those past couple of weeks. We're going to be featuring viewer videos within there, and also we're going to have a little section called Lib Learns Drones. And you'll see after the first show goes live, but the viewers are going to be able to get the chance to send little videos in to teach Lib things about drones or make suggestions of different subjects which she should cover, and then that will help Lib to learn and to grow her knowledge of drones as we're going on, because it's an extremely generous audience. But then we're also going to have things like crash time, where we're going to be reacting to people crashing their drones. Feel free to send your clips in of you crashing drones to be interacted with.
Please.
There's plenty of them out there, but we'd love some from our own viewers, which would be fantastic.
Yes.
And we're also, right at the end of that show, we're going to try out drone memes as well. But we'll explain a lot more of that when the show itself actually launches. But I think it's going to be quite an exciting format, isn't it?
I think the sheer variety in just a concise show is such a clever idea, because you're drawing in an audience from all aspects then, aren't you? Like, some people are there just for the news, some people are there to watch me laugh at people crashing their drones. There's a variety, and I love that we're doing this.
You mean you sympathising with people who have crashed their beloved little electronic device? No,
I've got a video actually. I've got a video actually that I'll send over to you, Sean. And
awesome.
We took the drone, and I live on a deck, so it's like on a cliff edge, and we flew the drone out over the deck, and then my face just goes, and it just went. I've never seen it again.
Oh no!
Yeah.
When did that happen?
First time we bought it was only a baby drone, but
one of the little toys.
Back like 2 years ago. I've still got it on my phone. I've never thought
you've got quite a lot of expanse out beyond your deck, haven't you? So it's literally like, bye.
Yeah.
See you.
So you could see me. My face was like this, and I went. It went.
Perhaps we should have that as one of the first crash reactions, so that you can, because then if everyone's sharing their shame of their crashes, then of course you're sharing yours, which sounds good as well, doesn't it? So right, I'm going to do a little bit of setup here, so I'm going to try and talk to you at the same time, because I have to set up another little portable camera, which is fun, which I'm just doing just off camera here, so that we can have a little bit of fun. Now, one of the things I've been looking at is basically different ways. Double click that. Different ways we can look at lockdown for the drone community. And let me click that. There we go. Now, actually, I just need to bring you in here, Lib. Bear with me just 1 second. India. because we'll want to be able to hear you. There you are. Hello.
Hello.
There we go. And let me just make sure your volume's turned on this time. There we go. Yes. So now Lib has had a sneak preview of this. Don't worry. It's not this terrible little parrot drone back here. It's actually this. Now, many of you will have seen these before. These are the Propel Star Wars drones. Now, I think these are something that's really great for inside the house, especially during lockdown. They have the props, they have different speed modes, etc. So they're safe for kids, that type of thing. The reason I'm bringing them up now is these were originally over £200, so $250, I think, in the States. But they're actually down to about £40 now on Amazon. And they're very, very cool. And as you can see here, they've got little wax seals, all lots of little complicatedness to the box. It's very cool. A collector's edition. They're actually hand painted, so everyone is slightly different, and you get a little unique number with it as well. Let me just move that so my camera is in there twice. There we go. And now I've limited this because I don't want to get a Disney copy strike. But normally when you open it, it plays the Star Wars anthem. Now I've turned that off, so it lights up. The light stays on, and it goes do 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 with the Star Wars anthem, which I think is very, very cool. And let me take that one off there.
Oh, that is ridiculously cool, isn't it?
It's a bit cool. And then you have your.
I've purchased that drone for my son. I've also purchased it for my son. Capture Life Connection.
Yes, you've just done. I know. Look at it. Look at the detail. It's so cool.
Oh no, that is so cool.
When I was showing Libby on the pre-show,
this is pretty much the same reaction.
Yeah, you were like literally Amazon. But what's
I did. I bought two straight away.
You can see here this little light laser here. When you have more than one of them, they can actually fly against each other and basically attack each other. And you get little noises on the controller to say that you've shot each other down. I will show you the controller. Someone's just asked me to fly it, Herman. I would love to. I will perhaps play with it in the background. We'll see how we go. But it isn't actually set up at the moment. And the box comes with all sorts of things. One of the reasons why I think this is great for kids as well is because it has the correct physics for a drone, but it also comes with all this spare gear. So if you crash it into things, you can replace the nose cone. Even the little stirrups that the chap sits in, lots of spare props and bits like that, which I think is quite nice. Obviously, if you were spending a couple of £100 on it, you would want it, wouldn't you? You would want all those spare parts, frankly. But for something that's £40 now, I think it's pretty good. And I'll just show you the controller, which is here. It's pretty chunky, isn't it?
Gosh,
and there's actually,
looks like an Xbox controller.
You put your little phone in there. And then there's an app that it works with, which is really cool.
That is so clever.
But what I like about it is the controller actually. I'm not sure if it's in. Yeah, it has.
What?
And while you're flying it along, it gives different noises. It gives different sound effects. Can you hear that?
Oh man!
And that's it turning off. So I think it's a pretty cool little drone. So
love that.
I would suggest people get those on Amazon whilst they're still around. They do them as an X-Wing and TIE Fighter. Oh, it's limiting you, is it?
I bought two and it cancelled my first order. So, because obviously I bought one for the husband, and then about 10 minutes later, Riley was like, "And mine."
Yeah.
So I went to buy two and it cancelled it. And then the second one I had to reorder, but to a different address. So they are limiting you at the minute.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Yeah.
Especially as you want a couple during lockdown to chase each other.
Exactly.
Perhaps they're running out of stock because they've dropped them so low, perhaps. But yeah, I recommend that. I think it's a good little toy drone.
That is so clever.
It's actually really simple to put the battery in as well. This is just a little display thing here, which you take off.
Brilliant.
And the battery replaces it once it comes off, which I believe is There we go. See, I have flown it before. And then the battery goes in there and becomes his seat.
Right, okay.
And then, yeah. But it has prop guards as well. I actually flew this around my in-laws' house at Christmas. This was, bear in mind, I own some quite expensive drones, and you know I've invested money in tech. I'm just going to turn the other camera off so it stops. There we go. I can hear my audio twice otherwise. At Christmas, this was the first present in many years that I opened, and I didn't have any kind of like afterwards, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was still excited. I was excited unboxing it then. I'm going to put it back very carefully. People don't
It's so
mind.
I love the packaging. I think the packaging makes things like that, doesn't it, as well?
Oh, it's awesome, and there's an outer box to it as well, which I didn't show because it's quite complex to get it out of. So that's the outer box that it comes in, and then you open this and you get the grey box out of it, which is the one with the wax seal and everything else like that. So
Absolutely beautiful.
So yeah, thank you for bearing with us with that, people. I think that was quite good fun. We will do some more unboxings of that nature in the future, especially now we have that little portable camera, which is that worked okay, didn't it? That was quite handy. Tim Jackson, hi, nice to see you. Legwork, hello sir, good to see you as well, sir. My twin, we met on a stream once, and it was literally two of me. It was like the chap hosting the show had basically put the same camera twice. It was quite scary. I had to tell all the ladies of the world that this isn't what you get in the UK, you know, because there was two of us and we're both British. I had to say we come in different shapes.
Okay, I get it now.
Don't fear.
Oh my god, which was that one? Legs?
Legwork.
Legwork. Hey
Yes.
sir, I gotta have a look.
He's had quite a tough lockdown, bless him. He is one of the in the at-risk factors, and he lives in an apartment building, and someone in the apartment building did contract the COVID-19, so everybody had to really lock down, like
Oh my gosh.
yeah. Whizbang is asking if I can do an unboxing of a case of toilet paper. I don't have that kind of money. Where am I gonna?
Right. No,
I can
you're
buy
not the
drones.
comedian.
Okay, sorry.
No.
I'm the straight man. Thank you, Liv. Do you know, I think the audience will actually appreciate you for keeping my humour in check. It never goes well.
Legwork. Hi.
I told a joke the other night with my cat was sat here having strokes while I was on a stream, and I told a joke in the stream. Seriously, he walked away, sat there, and looked at the wall. Everyone else on the stream mentioned it. They said, "Did your cat just walk away and is now staring at the wall?" That was like that was the big hint I took. So I really shouldn't be trying comedy much, but
No.
but my ego makes me want to try it. But there we go. Sad, really. Okay, one slightly more serious update for the stream very quickly. Now, one of the stories that has been running for a while on Geeksvana is the Microdrone 4.0 issue, with the crowdfunding campaign, where unfortunately the chap running it just hasn't fulfilled his end of the bargain. He hasn't been, in my opinion, particularly honest with the backers. He's raised millions of pounds, and he's just not giving these people refunds, etc. Now, we put out a video during the week which basically showed some footage that he sent over to me to be shown on one of my live streams. He then banned it from being shown for some strange reason, and we've had a legal battle since, and I put that out in that video for it to happen. He's threatened legal action if we don't take the video down. So rather than just to show we're with the backers and we're not going to back away from this, and we don't, I care about legal action, of course, but just to show that we're not going to do that, I'm actually going to play the video right now very quickly, if you don't mind, as a form of defiance. So here it is. Here you can see it. Bear in mind, this is supposed to be buttery smooth, wonderful, cutting-edge gimbal technology. And as you can see, it is just not what he has been promising, frankly. So yes, that one was a bit
How
of a...
glitchy is that?
I know, and the noise on it and everything, and that's after a couple of years of development. And he then released another piece of video which was clearly had been color corrected and doctored and everything. That did look a little bit better, but because of that, I wanted to put the true footage out. And frankly, I just wanted to put that out there again, just to show that we're not going to back down. So we look forward to the solicitor's letter, frankly.
Rebel.
Yeah, we're not going to back down just because we're not happy with you putting that footage out. Whatever. Darren K.
You had permission for it.
Exactly. Darren K. Well, in actual fact, he put it into the public domain because he banned it, but then he tried to make me on another live stream tell everyone what I thought of the footage. And legally, he's then brought it into the public domain. Basically, is what my own legal representatives tell me, which is fun. Darren K, thank you so much for the.
I was going to say, yeah, it looks
$5
lovely.
super chat. Great show, guys. Darren
Thank
follows
you so
a lot of
much,
channels. He's a great guy. Darren then says you can put lipstick on a pig. You can. You have to hold the pig down though. No, sorry, I'm doing it again.
Yeah.
I'll step away from the comedy. Jay Santiago, great to see you. Mike Drennan.
You
hello,
can
sir.
only roll a turd in so much glitter.
You can, although the turd would look quite nice.
Yeah, but it would still smell like...
Oh yeah, there's the smell. A very, very good point. Okay, that's probably quite a good point to show a viewer video. This is a video from a viewer called Al Diaz. He does some fantastic drone footage. It's just a couple of minutes long. Myself and Libby will let you all sit back and relax and enjoy it. It's actually San Francisco. And I thought it'd be nice to play it out just to show us what we're all going to be getting back to once lockdown and once all the social distancing starts to move away. So sit back and enjoy for about a minute and a half.
This California weather, it's like 90 degrees. It's making me hot and he has the same effect on me. It's just something about the way that he's making me feel. My insides are out, I just wanna shout his name. My body's giving up on me, cause I don't know what to do with my fingertips. I wanna run up through his hair, but I'm trying not to stare. I get a little starstruck when I see him. I couldn't hate him even if I tried. Am I a little crazy to believe that I could wake up with him by my side? I know I could get his attention if I worked it all out. And we got a little tipsy on a Saturday night. Yeah, I want him and I need him. He's got a one-way ticket to my heart. Ticket to my heart. He's got a one-way. Move a little closer without letting him see. My hands are shaking from the urge of being with him. I act a little dumber when I try to get his number. I'm so nervous that I'm losing grip of myself. My body's giving up on me, cause I don't know what to do with my fingertips. I wanna run up through his hair, but don't stare. I get a little starstruck when I see him. I couldn't hate him even if I tried. Am I a little crazy to believe that I could wake up with him by my side? I know I could get his attention if I worked it all out. And we got a little tipsy on a Saturday night. Yeah, I want him and I need him. He's got a one-way ticket to my heart. Ticket to my heart. He's got a one-way.
So there we go. There's that video. Amazing, isn't it? Thank you very
So
much, Andy.
smooth.
It's incredible. He's such a clever editor as well. I had to change the music up, but I think it was okay. Andy L. Smeghead, thank you very much for being our moderator this evening, by the way. Really appreciate it. He's just put a link to Al Diaz's channel, which I appreciate. I didn't even ask him to do that, bless him. He's such a good guy. And Al Diaz has only got 1.2, 1.3k subscribers. He deserves a lot more. I played one of his videos previously on my show where he actually flew over the Apple building whilst it's closed for lockdown.
Yes, that's right. The first one we did.
That's it. Such great footage. It really is.
Yeah.
He's a great pilot, and he deserves a lot more subscribers.
It's an extremely rare insight.
Yeah, it's just fascinating, isn't it? So, Paul Murray, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Looking forward to more Geeksvana and Libby shows in the future. I know you are, Paul, and we appreciate it. I think we almost need like the Paul Murray Libby show, but we'll have to make that happen at some point in the future.
We can make that happen.
Exactly. Rod Piker Drones UK, great to see you as well. Great video and music. Thanks for sharing. That's actually great praise for our Diaz, because Rod Piker is a fantastic drone flyer himself. Andy, would you mind grabbing Rod Piker's channel and a link and popping that in the chat at some point for me? I'd really appreciate it. He does some fantastic flying over in Ireland, and it's just mesmerising. Some of the flights, I can't even describe them. I wouldn't do them justice. Thank you, Andy. So that was that one. Now, we're going to talk about the drone police. Now, there are two different types of drone police. There's the drone police on Facebook who look at every footage of drones and say, you can't do that. That's illegal. And then, of course, there's the actual drone police.
Yeah.
And we have the Essex drone police. There's about 3 or 4 of the police forces that have very active drone units, and they're really good because they're also very proactive on social media. They share a lot of their stuff on Twitter, etc.
Yeah.
And the Essex drone police, who are one of those, they've just shared a couple of cool little videos of them learning how to use their drones whilst deploying with the Essex Marine Police. So I'll play this out quickly and we'll come back and discuss it. As you can see, they've actually used they basically put a clamp and a handle on the bottom of the drone, which means they're going to be able to. They're doing it at quite slow speeds at the moment, but they're going to be able to basically deploy the drone from the fast-moving boats, so that they can obviously support the activity of what's happening, whether it's a search and rescue, whether it's with infrared and that type of thing, which is quite clever, isn't it? I really like, people in the chat will see that handle. I haven't seen that before used with the Mavic style. I wonder how it affects the flight of the drone, but of course they would have thought about that because they're the police. But it's good to see the police.
They're literally the drone police.
Yeah, they are literally the drone police. It's
incredible.
It's really good. So that's like 3. That's standard Essex Police, Essex Maritime, and Essex Police drone unit all working together to train. And obviously, some of their work they do, they actually help find people. And this is one of the ones showing the moment that they actually found a very vulnerable male who had been missing for some time. And they'd actually searched this area several times already, put the drone up, and they would manage to find the chap very, very quickly. It's a great use of the police drones to be able to do that. And he was then given the support and help he needs. He wasn't just sat in a field by himself, needing some help. He was clearly an at-risk chap. So it's just really positive, isn't it? It's great to see people.
It goes to show it's not just for. I mean, I think the misconception is it's usually just a hobby, isn't it? It's something that someone does at the local park. You see them now and then, and you think, oh, okay, then people essentially when you used to have those toy helicopters, that sort of thing. But they're actually being put to use. They're doing some good in the community. It's
great.
That's what I had that misconception before I joined Geeksvana. Was it okay? Drones. How far can we go with drones? But it's actually surprising just how far into the future they're taking us.
Yeah,
you have your own drone unit now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but all these police forces and that's all they do all day is literally fly their drones in support of the others. It's kind of like how when the dog units became a very regular thing when we were a lot younger, wasn't it? Sort of when I was a lot younger. I just aged you.
I wasn't born.
Yeah, it's like, excuse me, I am a millennial, and I will not have you age me into my 40s.
Oh God, yeah, I'm a millennial. That's another word I apparently can't say.
We'll have to start a list of words.
Millennial.
Because what was the other one? It was something to do. It was something to do with the police,
Oh,
wasn't it? It was. I think. I
constabulary.
some weird. Yeah. Some word that we don't. No one even
Constabulary.
uses. So why would you need to say it?
Constabulary.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Constabulary.
That's close enough.
Constabulary. There you go.
So instead you crossed it out and put police, didn't you, in the script?
I put police.
Which in my opinion works perfectly well.
Yorkshire police.
So yes, now one thing I want to remind people of very, very quickly is later on this evening, 1 a.m. UK time, 7 p.m. Central, Ken Heron is going live with his Thursday Night Live show, his regular show. I'll be there in the chat. The co-host tonight is Kelly Green, and the special guest is Eddie Henrard. All I know about Eddie myself is he's from New Zealand and is into coffee in a big way, professionally, I believe, but don't quote me on that. But,
I just thought you meant he was very tired.
Oh.
He really likes his coffee.
He really likes his coffee. He really likes his coffee, yes. But yes, it's the Thursday Night Live is a great show. If anybody in the UK is still up at 1 a.m, I wholeheartedly recommend it. If you do go along there and you've not been there before, do put in the chat that Geeksvana sent you. I'll be there and I can say hello and wave at you and things. Now, there's a new drone out, as you may know from your drone news that I very rudely cut up and put the little voiceover in the middle. Would you like to see the kind of footage that the new drone can put out?
Yeah.
Okay, here's a few seconds of the DJI, not DJI as I keep saying. Oh, do you know, literally about the first 20 of my videos on YouTube, people were very kindly pointing out, it's not DJI, it's DJI.
DJI, it makes so much more sense, but it is
I think they should change the name. I think they should change the name.
It makes it easier for us.
Yeah. Here's a little bit of that promo video. Okay, there you go. That's enough of an advert for DJI. It's a great looking little drone. I have to say, I have ordered one.
It's very sleek, isn't it? It's very smooth.
It takes a lot for me to. I've only bought a couple of the. I've got one DJI, a Parrot. I've bought a few Parrots before that, but it takes a lot for me to invest that kind of money, especially at the moment, and I'm very impressed by it. Everybody in the chat, if you've ordered one, put a one in the chat to let me know if you've ordered one. I noticed that Legworker put in there that when he was a member of Her Majesty's Constabulary, he was called all sorts of different things.
I honestly, when I seen that, I just focused on saying it. Is it constab?
Well, John of Drones has put a suggestion in there. Can you see his message? He's put constab you.
Yeah,
Larry.
you want to be careful you don't read that wrong though. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's why I was like, okay, yeah, stabulary, that'll do.
Yeah, that'll do. Branteras has put 4. I'm thinking that might mean he's a little bit further away from buying one than some of us.
How much do they normally retail at then when they first start off things like that? Not that particular one, but
yeah, it ranges the Mini, which is the little one, which has still got a 2.7K camera, and a lot of people are in love with it because it's also under the weight. It's 1 gram under the weight for registration. That's £369, and then they go up to obviously several £1,000s for the big huge beasts. But the one that's just come out is 769 by itself, or 959 for a combo, which comes with extra batteries and that type of thing. So it is an investment, but if it's your main hobby and things, it's worthwhile. I'm sure there's probably far more value in the guitars I can see behind you. I think that, and I'm not suggesting that's a hobby for Luke at all, because he's a very serious musician.
Yeah, don't do that. I made that mistake once.
Yeah.
And
I have friends who are musicians as well.
Yeah, that's typically the side of the room I go to if we're having an argument. So I'll just touch something. I'll be like, Do you want this out of this window, or are you gonna call me a TikToker one more time?
Oh,
Yeah,
TikTok.
yeah. There's around 12 around that corner.
No, I'm going to try and say this person's name. Wizao. Waiting for the Microdrone 4.0, and then he'll decide if he'll order one with a wink.
Oh, okay.
Well, he'll be waiting a while for the Microdrone. That's actually very funny.
That's
Well
not
done,
that's
sir.
not happening.
Yeah. Legwork bought a 43-inch 4K TV instead. Good man. That's fantastic. And Desmond Donders,
you don't
David,
need
good
that
to see you.
either. Just get a couple of those.
Yeah, do you know what? I keep forgetting. I keep wanting to call them the wrong thing. What are
Pop
those?
vinyls.
That's it. I have another friend in the States who is really into those as well.
Yeah.
I have lots of glass cases in my house of Star Wars collectibles and all those sort of things, but I haven't yet ventured. Do you know, the main reason I haven't even bought the pop vinyls that I really like the look of is because I think I'll get addicted.
They are ridiculously addictive. Yeah, we've got, like, I know you talk about how much you spend on drones, but God, we've got 400 or so now, and they all range for about 20 quid each. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's a hell of a hobby.
That's awesome though.
Yeah, I can't fit them in one room, so I've had to like divide them up.
That's brilliant. That's so cool.
Where do you keep your drones to?
I've got a drone cupboard. I've got a blue LED lit up cupboard, and they've all got their own little 30 centimeter by 30 centimeter cupboards. I'll post a picture on Instagram later of it. It's a bit untidy at the moment, but yes, they all get their own little room.
I've often wondered that with all of you guys, like, where do you keep? Because you guys have so much gear. Where do you keep it?
I don't. In comparison to some of the audience here, someone like Paul Murray, who's got some amazing drones. It's they have these very large, very sturdy cases as well. GPC is one of the companies that sells them, and they, with the foam inserts, and then the outsides are like almost like Samsonite type things where they can't be broken, and so a lot of people will store those in those. Many people will say they don't store them, they fly them, of course, which I can understand. Okay, now next week on the show, which is on Tuesday night, which is our normally scheduled fortnightly live stream, I've got a chap called Dr. Pascal Lee, who's going to be our guest. He is the director of the NASA Horton Mars project. He's the founder of the Mars Institute, and he's also a senior planetary scientist at SETI. Do you know SETI, the Search for Extraterrestrial
Yes, I do.
Intelligence? He's a senior planetary scientist there, and he's also a viewer of the channel, actually, which is
we are extremely big fans in this house, so we will be tuning in and watching.
Excellent.
My son is a big fan.
There's a very good interview on the channel from about 2 months ago, actually, probably a little bit more, where we sat down and talked to him for about 50 minutes. And I was so excited, the geek in me, because SETI tweeted the interview out. And at Geeksvana, here's an interview with, and I was like, that's it, I'm quitting YouTube, it can't get any better. And I was trying to explain to my non-geek friends who aren't into space and SETI, and they just, like, oh, okay, that's cool. And I was like, no, you don't understand, SETI. SETI tweeted me out. One of the things that he's doing is the Horton Mars project is basically he's a director of that project, which is basically taking man to Mars. And what we're going to be talking about is drones on Mars, and also drones going back to the moon as well. So I've got a short clip to just show some of his work, which is clipped together from a previous interview, and we'll show some of the things that we're going to be talking about, which I'll play out, and then we can come back and chat about.
Yep.
This is actually up in the high Arctic, a place called Devon Island, and it's somewhere that they actually refer to as Mars on Earth because of the very similar terrain, etc. One of the things that he's developing is a astronaut smart glove that basically will allow the people that go to Mars to be able to control the drones from inside their glove. There's Apollo, the very cute polar bear guard dog. And that's basically where they've set up the base so they can test how things will be on Mars. Hi Steve Carpenter, good to see you. Mike in NC, thanks for joining us. Thanks to everybody for sticking with us this evening, I really appreciate it. And here you can see them testing the goggles inside the helmet, which allow them to basically operate the camera. Now they're using obviously a little cheap DJI drone to demonstrate it, but the drones that will be going up will be obviously far more complex. At the moment they're looking at the control systems. And literally just a twitch of the glove, moving the glove around, can actually help them steer the drone around. As it's saying, Mars's atmosphere is actually dense enough for rotorcraft aircraft, but then the moon will have to use gas thrusters. You can see he's just twitching his hand there, moving it around. So yeah, it's pretty cool stuff, isn't it? So he has.
That is incredible.
How cool a job does
how cool is it that they're adapting it now and it's going to other planets? Quite literally, that is just insane.
It's crazy. They've also now developed what are called LiDAR drone technology, which mapping caves is going to be one of the things, especially on Mars, that will tell them about whether there's water there, whether there was previous life, etc. And they've now managed, which we'll be discussing on Tuesday evening, to get these LiDAR drones, so the drones can fly into the caves and map the cave in minutes, basically, rather than it having to send people down and risk them and that type of thing. And the first little drone is actually on its way to Mars as we speak. Which is it would be
such a more detailed point of view than satellite footage as well.
Oh yeah,
because
absolutely.
You'll be feet away from the surface. Do you know what I mean? Less than that, really. That'd be so much more detailed. That's gonna. I can't even imagine what good that's going to do.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy because also it's because obviously they can control it with the glove, so they can make it do whatever they want. So they're going to be able to get off their ATVs. Go over and have a look at something, and let's say they want to take a rock sample, they can have the drone come over from the buggy with the tool they need, so they're not walking around with all this gear on them. Because one of the big problems they have is they have to make the spacesuit half the weight of the moon spacesuit because the atmosphere is so different. So if they wore the spacesuit from the moon, they wouldn't be able to walk around on Mars. So of course the weight is a very big issue, and also of course being able to send a drone up on the surface of Mars, you can look for dangers ahead of you and that type of thing. So. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. It's always fantastic to chat to him. He's a very generous man with his time, and I'm really looking forward to that. So that one, as I say, will be on Tuesday at 10 p.m, slightly later because he's actually on specific time. So it'll be very early in the morning for him. But yes, he is. I'm afraid I'll just everyone that's going to tune in, just prepare for me to be a little bit of a fanboy.
I know. I'm going to be commenting. I'm like, hello. I'm part of the channel as well. Hi.
You'll be like, yeah, call me on Skype. You don't want to talk to Sean. I do the interviews now.
I have no idea what we're talking about, but we'll get through it.
Exactly. Okay, so I mean that's pretty much everything we have ready to cover for tonight. Have you got anything particular coming up on TikTok that you want to let anybody know about?
I am actually doing my own, because obviously I do lives on TikTok or Instagram.
Yes.
So I have suggested to people, I've put a post up today. If you can get your suggestions through, we're going to do a weekly, so far weekly, depending on how my work works out, a weekly sort of Lib does new stuff each week.
Brilliant.
Obviously, there are rules. I'm not going to be spitting fire in the house anytime soon, guys.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I know what these guys are like. They'll make me eat sushi and spit fire. It's going to be in that sort of a... But get your suggestions in. The ones with the most likes I will be trying on my lives each week. So far, it seems tap dancing. I'm hoping someone's going to pull me out of that one. But
tap dancing.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
you're a good dancer. I saw you at the TikTok Liverpool thing, and
Yeah.
I think you'll be okay with the tap dancing. I
I
can't
used
wait
to be a
to see
dancer,
what a
so
TikTok and Instagram audience are going to suggest for you to do. I can't
yeah.
wait. That's going to be
I'm quite
fantastic.
excited by it because that was kind of what I was going to base my YouTube on was
Yes,
lib tries stuff,
that's a
and
great idea.
so I'm really willing. I'm willing to pretty much within reason, guys, do anything. Obviously, it needs the rules are that I need to be able to get it myself because I'm not going to order anything.
Yes.
That's not fair. And I'm going to. I need to be able to get it myself, and it needs to be safe, and obviously within the guidelines of doing a live.
It's
Again,
funny. It's
guys.
funny how you have to caveat things, isn't it? Otherwise, you'd literally get people saying, "I want you to stand on top of your chimney pot, eating a sandwich whilst
Yeah.
controlling a flamethrower or
Yeah,
something." But
everyone's like, "Can you teach me Welsh?" I'm like, I can't speak Welsh. I don't know how I could teach you Welsh. But we'll see. We'll see what people come up with. So I'm excited to see that. So head over and just give a comment and let's make it fun.
I'll be coming
May
with
as
a few
well.
with a
We're
few
all stuck in
suggestions.
together. Sean, I'd love to see your suggestions. It'd be add another script to the YouTube channel, please.
Yes, that's right. Exactly. Oh, is that your impersonation of me?
No, not at all. Oh, he's doing the cat, guys.
Doing the cat. I was deeply, mortally wounded and upset, but that's fine. Don't worry.
Here you go,
I'm
Libby.
fine.
TED Talk on we don't care, Sean. We'll read in the comments in a minute.
Smeghead, thank you for
On
sharing Lib's
fluctuations.
Instagram. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Being too windy to fly, Mavic Mini would disappear. I had this with my we've got a DJI drone, and it's only a mini one. It's just something to start off with. The minute the wind kicks in, it's gone.
Yes.
There's no control with that thing at all.
No, that's right. Which is why some of the people like the much bigger ones, because they have that they're able to take a bit more wind. So, Mike Drennan, $10 super chat, great show. Thanks for giving me a reason to stop writing code and start drinking. Cheers. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. I'm drinking too, but water.
Yeah, and me. Well, you don't know what's in this, so
No, indeed.
that's why I'm so happy.
That's the way to drink with streaming, isn't it? So
Yeah.
yeah. She added some extra stuff in there when she realised she was streaming with me.
Yeah, and it's all clear.
Armando Ferreira. Now, I always get his name wrong. I'm going to try it. There's more R's in the surname than I always say. Armando Ferreira. Hi.
Armando Ferreira.
Yes, great to see you, sir. Always great to see you. Armando actually is a great guy for leaks. Actually, he's given me the heads up on a couple of things which have happened over the last few
amazing.
months, and yeah, he's a really nice guy. He's always very generous with his information. Which I one thing I love about the drone community is everyone is very generous with their time with each other. It's absolutely fantastic. Rod Piker, Libby does not have a YouTube channel, but she needs to get one.
Libby has no idea how to do that. So.
We can. Well, that should be part of the subjects of the Lib learns drones and YouTube. I think we should start having that as the.
To be fair, it's something I'm interested in doing, but it's not. Yes. I just don't know how to do it, and then I get that.
Geeksvana can be your platform to getting used to it, and then you'll be on YouTube, and then you'll be a huge star and forget all about us.
Sean, you've got my backseat. You give me what I need to talk about, and I just roll with it. Sometimes completely off topic. Whereas mine, I'm kind of like, I go to upload. I'm like, oh, that'd be hilarious. Me hoovering my hair up. That's the one. And then I go to upload. I'm like, no, it's okay. I don't know what I'm doing. But I've got subscribers, and there's nothing on there.
Oh dear. Whizbang99, Libby, just checking. Are you able to do the chimney stunt? Sean said. He's just writing in now.
Yeah, 1 second. Right, yeah. Chimney. I don't have one, but
we don't have a flamethrower. Does anybody have one of those Tesla flamethrowers? We could use one of those. I think they're illegal in this country, but yes. Do you know flamethrowers aren't illegal in most of the United States? You can just go buy one. Yeah, isn't that crazy? A flamethrower. Just bear in mind how limited weapons are in this country, but there we go. We won't talk about weapons too much. Val's Life, aka Podders FPV. Hello, my dear. Nice to see you.
Hi.
Thank you for bringing the female viewers up from 0%. I really appreciate that.
2-1.
to 1, yes, to 0.0001%. Yes, there
We
go.
appreciate you.
We do, exactly, each and every one of you. Okay, I'm starting to ramble slightly. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Lib, thank you so much for being so generous with your time.
Not a problem.
Everyone, Lib is also a key worker herself. She does 24-hour shifts recently. You've been working?
Yeah.
24-hour shifts as a key worker. So thank you, as well as entertaining us on TikTok and Insta and on Geeksvana. You're also one of our wonderful people. I hope you heard me doing the applause tonight.
I heard you over me trying to sleep.
Oh,
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Do you know, I actually did wonder that because my sister is a community nurse, and I did say to her that there are actually going to be key workers that are sleeping. That aren't going to want people to clap their hands.
Yeah, I did a night shift and I came home. I was absolutely exhausted. I'd done a night shift. I come home around 6 o'clock ish, and I put my son to bed. And I was like, cracked open a tinny, and then I heard, and I was like, oh, if you don't mind, can you go and cook some dinner? You got some plants away.
It's like thanks for being so grateful. Love you all, but I'm trying to relax. Yeah,
that'll fix it. I'm joking.
Philip Koshat, another $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Great show as always. I really appreciate it, Philip. And I know I'll probably see you later on Thursday Night Live. But as a reminder, everybody, 1 a.m. in the UK, 7 p.m. Central. I'll be in the chat, so come and join me. Have a laugh. It's going to be a fantastic show as usual, with the wonderful Ken Heron. So yes, that is us done.
It's been nice to speak to you all again.
Yes, and we will do this again. We wanted to do a live stream tonight because we were aware that we hadn't had a Libby drone news for a couple of weeks, so we were keen to show Lib off again and make sure everybody stays connected. And remembers where we are, but the new show should be out next week, pending me getting the script written and everything else like that. But it's going to be such a different show, and it's going to allow Lib to really open her creative skills up a bit more, rather than just reading the boring words that I give her. So it's going to be really good fun. Yes, that's right. So I'm not saying stab Larry.
Please don't.
Okay, everyone, thanks so much.
I know we can't do anything about DGI, but not the other word.
Well, we can start the campaign. We should start a hashtag DGI and see if it catches on. I'm up for it.
Yes. Yeah, let's do it.
Good.
Take care, everyone.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us. And we'll see you next time. I'll see you Tuesday night, and Lib will see you on Lib's Drone Show.
We're not doing that anymore. On Lib's Drone Show.
One last time. Do the old title one last time.
Weekly drone news update.
There we go.
And if Sean's in the newest shows, it'll be the Lib's Antique Drone Show.
Oh. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
All you want is my hunger. All you need is my pain. Nothing in between ever met you lost. When you were born there was thunder, fire lit in the sky as to lead astray. Now heavy rain pours out of you and me. Come back.